Do you want to discover how to actually monetize on YouTube and make money without making videos so you're not just wasting your time? Well, it turns out there's 6 main ways of monetizing your videos, and we're going to be going over that right now. And I'm also going to be showing you actual examples of channels that are doing this, as well as case studies from some of my own students, so you can see examples of this in action. Now, in the last 4 videos within this series, we've covered a ton. I showed you how to quickly get started making money on YouTube without making videos, and I walked you through my entire blueprint. Now, in case you haven't watched those first 4 videos yet, make sure you go do that right now, because the information I've been revealing throughout this video series is a lot more up to date and more valuable than what you're going to find in a lot of paid courses out there. Now, in this video, we're going to be covering something slightly different. I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can monetize your channel so you can potentially make money from it. I'll also be going over case studies for 5 different channels, how they could be making money, as well as case studies from some of my own students. And on top of that, I'm going to be revealing some secrets to make sure that you can make the absolute most from each of these methods. And now let's go over the different ways of monetizing, starting with method number 1, which is YouTube ads. Now, in order to get YouTube ad revenue, you need to sign up for something called the YouTube Partner Program. And you can't get accepted into that unless you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And I know that sounds like a lot, but if you break it down and do the actual math, it can happen a lot quicker than you probably think. In fact, I have students getting monetized with ad revenue all the time, and you can see some of them flashing across the screen right now. We get tons of students getting monetized every single week within my program. Now, YouTube ad revenue is great, but it's not my favorite. Now, keep watching to discover my personal favorite monetization strategies, but first, let's go over how you can make the absolute most from ad revenue. Now, ad revenue involves something called CPM, which is essentially how much money you make per 1,000 views. Now, for some channels, it's $50 per 1,000 views, whereas others, it's only $1. So how can you get the highest CPM possible? Now, this involves choosing what is known as a high CPM niche, or a niche where more advertisers are advertising on compared to other niches out there. And here's a quick list of some of the highest CPM niches. You have finance, make money online, investing, technology, health, travel, legal, insurance, makeup, marketing, real estate, cars, and movies. And there's other high CPM niches out there, and a quick trick that you can use to find high CPM niches is to look up the biggest advertisers on YouTube, see what companies and sectors they're involved in, and then ask yourself what keywords are these companies likely to be putting ads on. For example, if it's a financial company, they're likely going to put ads on financial related topics like how to make money online, how to invest, and stuff like that. And another trick to get a high CPM is that you don't have to choose one of these niches for your entire channel to be about, but you can do occasional videos related to these subjects on your channel. For example, let's say you run a channel about watches and you're getting a pretty decent CPM. There's probably some watch advertisers out there, but if you really wanted to increase your CPM, you could make a video about the top 10 watches that are the best investment, because you're using that keyword of investment, which is likely going to have more advertisers advertising on it. Also, another trick to make the most amount of money from ads is to make your videos longer than 8 minutes. This allows you to put multiple ad breaks throughout the video. Make sure you check all the different ad types within your monetization tab once you get monetized, and you'll make a lot more. I recommend spacing out your ads about 2 to 3 minutes between each ad, tapering the ads off towards the end of the video. So now let's say that you have a stream of revenue coming from YouTube ads. That's great, but how can we increase it even more? Well, let's think about it. If we have YouTube promoting your videos to targeted people as a result of implementing the number 1 secret that I taught in video number 3 within this video series, then it's reasonable to assume that these are people with an interest in this subject. Now, if advertisers are willing to pay so much money to put ads on your videos and before your videos, you have to ask yourself why. And the reason they're doing this is they either get so much value from the brand awareness that they're putting on their ads, or they make so much money back from their ads, oftentimes many more times than what they're spending on the ads, from the products they're selling. Now, do you want to discover the secret for multiplying your revenue multiple times that of ad revenue? In fact, I've used this on one of my channels that makes around $8,000 a month to make an extra $40,000 a month from it. And plus, what if I were to tell you don't have to wait to get 4,000 hours of watch time or 1,000 subscribers to get started? You could monetize your channel from the very beginning, as soon as your first video is published. Now, here's what we don't want to do. We don't want to have to create a product, manufacture that product, spend a ton of money making the product, not even knowing if it's going to sell. So what if there was a way to sell products online and not have to pay any fulfillment cost every single time someone buys the product? This would mean that it's essentially infinitely scalable. You could sell as many as you want. You don't have to pay any money to actually fulfill it to the people who buy. Plus, the people who buy don't have to wait for it to actually get shipped to them, so it's a win-win situation. Well, it turns out this is possible, and it's referred to as digital products. And digital products are things like online courses, ebooks, and software. And you can host these on platforms like Kajabi, which is what I personally use, with Digistore24 and ClickFunnels. And now you might be saying, Matt, doesn't that take a ton of time to create a course or a software? And the answer is yes, but what if I were to tell you that you can actually partner with people who've already created courses and promote it for them, and then split the revenue every single time you get a sale? And not only that, but then you also don't have to deal with support emails or refunds or anything. Well, this does exist, and it's referred to as affiliate marketing. And you can find products to promote on places like ClickBank and Digistore24, and you can get a commission on every single sale that you get. And all you have to do is simply go to Digistore24, find a product within your niche, and put your link to that product in the description of all of your videos relating to it, as well as in the pinned comment section. And then I recommend mentioning that product after you've already given a ton of value within the video. And you can take it to the next level, increase conversions even more, get a ton of more sales by using something like a bridge page. And there's a ton of more secrets when it comes to affiliate marketing correctly that I'm going to be sharing within Tube Mastery and Tube Coaching, because honestly, most people do affiliate marketing the wrong way. Now you might be asking, Matt, what does this actually look like? So I have some case study channels that I'm going to share with you right now so you can see exact examples and how this would potentially be possible. Starting with the channel Natural Cures, which we talked about in video number 2 within this video series of the 24 best niches to do this in. Natural Cures is within the health niche, and they could potentially promote any of these health courses from ClickBank right here and potentially make a lot of money. Then we have a cryptocurrency channel called Satoshi Stacker, which is completely faceless. Not only would this channel be likely to have a higher CPM due to the fact there's so many crypto advertisers, but they could also promote any of these crypto related Digistore24 courses right here. And the next channel right here is called Animal Facts, which primarily produces videos on dogs and pets, and they could promote this dog training course from ClickBank. And then there's this channel called Top 10 Zone right here, which produces videos about different Amazon gadgets and technology, and they could put the Amazon affiliate links, or wherever their products are being sold, affiliate links to those products in the descriptions of their videos. And then there's this channel called Celestial Inspiration, which produces videos about spirituality, and they could link to any of these spiritual products from ClickBank, and I think there's some on Digistore as well. And there's tons of products to promote in so many different niches, including health, wealth, happiness, relationships, travel, and technology especially. But now you might be asking, Matt, what if I'm in a niche where there isn't really any products to promote? And unfortunately, there isn't going to be great products to promote for every niche that's out there. And that's why I personally recommend choosing a niche that hits these requirements. Number one, it's evergreen, meaning there's a lot of demand for that over time. It has a lot of interest. There's videos going up regularly within the past 3 to 6 months with over 100,000 views. It's likely to have a good CPM with lots of advertisers wanting to spend money on that type of content. It must be monetizable outside of just AdSense, meaning digital products or affiliate marketing, and it must have a lot of sub niches. For example, within health, you have so many different sub niches like weight loss, gaining muscle, the best diets, and the list is almost endless. And if you want to see the niches that meet the criteria I'm talking about, you can check out video number 2 within this series where I go over the 24 absolute best niches. And that doesn't mean that you can't potentially still make a ton of money with channels that don't have great products to promote. For example, if you take a look at some scary channels that are out there, for example, Chills or Top 15s, even though they don't really have anything to sell, they can still make a ton of money due to the fact that they're getting so many views. And even if it doesn't have a great CPM, a lot of these channels can still make, $10,000, $30,000 per month just from ad revenue alone. And that's due to the fact that there's sometimes more demand in other niches. But for most people starting out, I recommend choosing one of the best niches that I went over because you don't have to get millions upon millions of views to make some money. And what I recommend doing is starting there, making a lot of money from it, and then investing some of that money into more long-term plays and diversifying your content strategy. And then you can think about doing entertainment-focused channels that have more of a focus on ad revenue. And method number 4 of monetizing your channel is with services or consulting. You can sell consulting on platforms like Calendly, which has a Stripe integration where you can charge people for your time and you can help them on like Zoom calls and stuff. You can also do it on a platform called Clarity.fm. Now I am listing this as one of the good ways of monetization just due to the fact that you can make so much money doing this, but I personally think that selling digital products or affiliate marketing is better because you aren't trading your time for money. And now let's talk about the bad ways of monetizing your channel, which brings us into method number 5, which is merch. Now you've probably seen a lot of YouTubers selling merch out there, you probably assume they're making a ton of money. It is actually surprising that a lot of big YouTubers don't actually make as much as you may think from merch. Now, there are a select few with super dedicated fan bases that do make a ton of money from merch, but for most channels, especially niche channels, it's really not a great way of monetizing, in my personal opinion. The amount per sale is typically very low. And now method number 6, which is also a bad way that I don't really recommend, are memberships. Now this would include YouTube memberships or things like Patreon or Ko-Fi. And the reason I don't recommend this is because each member only pays a very small amount, and you need a giant volume of members for this to make any sense. Whereas if you sell a $1,000 course or digital product, or you get a $1,000 commission from a $2,000 course that you promote as an affiliate, all you have to get is 1,000 sales and you made $1 million. Whereas if you sell memberships for $1 per month, you have to get 1 million members, which hardly anybody's ever been able to do that. And you'll see a lot of channels out there that are really big with millions of subscribers start Patreons, and then you go to them and the channel's making like $100 a month or something like that from it, which is not even scratching the surface of the possibility that they could be losing out from not choosing one of the better monetization methods. And I say that because there's channels with hardly any subscribers whatsoever that make way more than channels with millions of subscribers just by monetizing correctly. So I hope you can get a lot of value from this video to see some of the best ways of monetizing. And now let's go over some different case studies from my own students who've joined some of my programs in the past and the results they've gotten with some different monetization methods to show you that you can make money through all these monetization methods. And I personally make money through a lot of them, but it's not just me. And to demonstrate that, let's go over some of my student results. And first of all, starting with ad revenue, I've had tons of students get monetized and new students getting monetized every single week within my programs, within the private student community. You can see some of them flashing across the screen right here. And for some specific examples, Dan right here makes over $8,000 per month from ad revenue. Ali right here makes nearly $9,000 per month. Christopher right here has made over $140,000 just since last October. And I've been doing student interviews lately, talking with some of my students that have made a ton of money. And I recently talked with a student making $30,000 per month and another one making $5,000 per month. And this is all just from ad revenue alone. And now let's talk about digital products, which are arguably one of my favorite ways of monetizing YouTube channels. And David right here has made well over $100,000 from his channel with less than 3,000 subscribers. And he's told me that he's made upwards of $20,000 in a month, only getting a couple thousand views per month from his channel. And this is the power of digital products, because if you sell something for $1,000, you make 20 sales, you make $20,000 per month, which is crazy. And now let's talk about affiliate marketing. Luke right here has made over $2,400 by promoting Tube Mastery as an affiliate. And here's the kicker: with less than 100 subscribers on his channel. And you can promote Tube Mastery if you want, but there's so many other products to promote out there as well. And it's further proof that this method works not just for me, but for many other people. Matthew right here was able to make over $100 his second day into his YouTube channel. Now there's absolutely no way this would be possible if you were just relying on ad revenue, and this is really the power of some of these alternative sources of monetization. Now all these results that I'm sharing with you, these aren't typical. Don't expect to make millions of dollars your first month into YouTube, but I'm showing you this for motivation and inspiration to show you that there's real people out there that are actually doing this. And these are people all within my community. If you chose to join Tube Master or Tube Coaching, you're going to meet some of these same exact people. And most people who join programs and stuff don't actually put in the work, which is why I want you, whoever's out there watching this video, if you really want to do YouTube and you want to make this happen, I would recommend going through with it because the results can be so amazing. And my life has been personally changed completely by YouTube, and I'd love for yours to be positively changed as well. And here's what Matthew had to say about the results that he got.
What's going on? It's Matt here, and I wanted to just shoot a quick testimonial for Matt Parr and his YouTube Mastery course. I actually purchased it 4 days ago. Wanted to learn more, obviously, about how to build a business around YouTube and be able to really grow a channel. So I already had a channel, but what I decided to do after I went through the course, he goes into incredible amounts of detail. So what I decided is to build a channel from scratch, literally 0 subscribers, 0 views, and a niche that I'm very passionate about, liked it, just didn't know really how to monetize it. I followed his strategies, and on day 2, my second upload, I actually made $100 affiliate commission. So if you just follow his steps along the way, not only will you grow your channel, grow your subscriber base, but he goes into several different monetization strategies that you can use to literally build a passive business. That's the beauty about YouTube, and the power of these videos are always playing 24/7 all around the world, and you have an ability to create a passive income, a passive business with YouTube. So if you're on the fence, just kind of deciding like, hey, does it work? Does it not? Is it worth the money? I highly recommend it. The strategies he implements and the detail he goes into, obviously well worth it. You know, I made a sale second day, so really excited. Like I said, I'm only 4 days in, already shooting a testimonial for him, just because I really found a ton of value in the course. So thanks, Matt, appreciate it. And if you're on the fence, just get it. As long as you take action and follow the steps, you'll be glad you did. All right, bye.
And all of these people that I just talked about have followed the exact steps that I lay out in my programs Tube Mastery, Monetization, and Tube Coaching. And they're going to be launching in a couple days with some epic bonuses. Imagine being able to watch over my shoulder as I reveal to you exactly how to make money on YouTube step by step, and then scale to running multiple channels and building a YouTube empire, all while having me there to help you, guide you, and mentor you to get the support in order to get the results that you want. And think about how much time and money that you'll save with doing this as opposed to trying to do this all yourself. Sure, you can figure things out through trial and error, but I can literally show you mistakes that I made that could shave off 2 years off the time that you could potentially get results. And that's why I personally invest in courses too, just to shorten the learning curve. And in my opinion, everyone's time is worth something, and in most cases, it's well worth it, bypassing the amount of time it would usually take you. And now, as you can imagine, it's absolutely impossible for me to work one-on-one with everyone. And in fact, I like to keep my group small enough so I can answer every single question every day within my private community. And so as much as I'd love to help everybody on earth one-on-one do this, there's only a certain amount of people that I can work with while still maintaining the level of support that's needed to get you the results that you want. So I please ask that you understand that spots are going to be granted on a first come, first served basis. This is literally my flagship program, and I wouldn't be surprised if spots sell out within the first hour. So keep your eyes open and feel free to jump on board as soon as spots open if you're serious about doing this. And in the next video within this series, I'm going to give you some specific instructions that you can follow to ensure that you get a spot within the program. And I'll also share some more information about Tube Mastery and Monetization and Tube Coaching and why it's different than a lot of things you may have seen out there. That being said, if the next video is out, you can check it out next to me right here. It'll give you specific instructions on how to secure your spot within the program and exactly what's included. So you can check out that video right here if it's out. I look forward to hopefully seeing you within Tube Mastery, and regardless, I hope you get a ton of value from this series, and I'll see you within this video right here.